Love to all the Moors. Peace and love to all the fam. Hope you're feeling amazing on purpose. You know your boy definitely is. Outside shoveling heavily and aggressively today. And then the sun came out. Like, yo, how I go from cold enough to snow outside to 50 degrees, 55 degrees sun out. You know what I'm saying? So, boy's a little bit tired. We're out. I was shoveling my neighbors. Me and the kids went around shoveling the whole neighborhood. As many people you can help out, we show love. Eve Rose, what up? Hope you feeling amazing on purpose. One of my favorite people in the universe. Shout out. Yeah, so I'm gonna be touching on the status of black. I'm hammering this because we gotta get this. We have to get to a point where we are stop identifying ourselves as these crayon colors. You know what I'm saying? Told you, even the dog show, you watch the dog show, they ain't calling the dogs out like, and coming up next is the black retriever. No. Coming up is the so-and-so from, they giving out the nationality, the German Shepherd, the Scottish Yorkie, or whatever. But like, it has a nationality, so like, we gotta understand that. So, it was I saw this video, right? And I say awesome just because like, it was a great teaching point. This guy, I clicked on it. I saw he was talking about Barack Obama had what he said about being the first black president on the Tom Joyner Morning Show. So when they asked him, they was like, "Congratulations on being the first black president." He was like, "I don't use the term black because black is a dead status, right?" So this guy was like, "What? What is he? Why would he say that? He don't want to be black. This and that." And then he started to think like, man, this guy's an educated lawyer. Why would he say that, right? So he looked into it, and then like what are these classifications they always hit us with, right? Let's read a few of them, right? So when you go to fill out a job application or something, right? So let's see, we got an American Indian, Alaskan Native, right? What does that mean? A person having origins in any of the original people of North and South America and who maintain tribal affiliations or community attachments. That sound what? Living in any of the original peoples of North and South Americas, right? That's a large reason for Alaskan American, right? And remember, Indian is not an Aboriginal word that got attached to us by Europeans, right? So let's move on. Asian. A person having origins in any of the original peoples of Far East, Southeast Asia, or India. Hold up. So and this is where we got to start to pay more attention, right? Because like in the school system, you'd be like, oh, India, you know where that is, right? But like, it wasn't India at all times. You know what I'm saying? What do I mean, right? How come the Indians there don't speak Indian? Think about that. If it was really India, how come they not speaking Indian there? They don't speak Indian. They speak Hindustan. You know why? Because it used to be called Hindustan. Okay? So when they say India, you got to know these people are spinning you off on these words that they did made up. All right? India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Pakistan, Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnamese. All right? Black, African American. A person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. What? What is a black racial group? What is a black racial group? Okay. Was anybody else tied to a color here? Let's take it back for a second. Okay. American Indian, Alaskan Native. A person having origins in any of the original peoples of the North and South America, okay, and who maintain tribal affiliations and communities. So no colors there, okay? Nobody's a crayon color there. Here we are here. A person having origins in any of the original peoples of the Far East, Southeast Asia, or the Indian subcontinents, including, for example, Cambodia, China. Okay, so like, there's no color here either. There's no crayons there. But then you get down here to black and African American, right? Where they start to spin you in a circle like the Harlem Globetrotter. You're the ball on a Globetrotter finger right now, just spinning around because you have no clue where you are. Because you're thinking any persons having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. I've never heard of that before. Trust me. And I know some people from Africa, and they don't ever talk about, yeah, the black racial groups over there. What? They don't even talk. They don't use crayon colors. That's only us. Products of the John D. Rockefeller and Frederick T. Gates education system that has got us all mixed up. Hispanic and Latino. A person of Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, South or Central America, or Spanish culture or origin, regardless of race. Like, is anybody peeping how these categories are just crazy? Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, and other Pacific Islands. White, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. All right, so now that we got the whole system read through, right? Does it make any sense that we're not using nationality? Okay, because most of these people on here, we're talking about the Asians, the American, Alaskans, they would be classified as Americans. If you look at a map and you're looking at the continents, right? Once again, you got to step outside of the school system education where they done broke all this up into imaginary lines and separated it all into all types of foolishness, right? Because they done have you thinking that people coming from the Americas, think about this, right? People coming from the Americas. And the Americas is North America, Central America, South America, all the adjoining islands. They'll tell you that people coming up from South and Central America into North America is a foreigner. How could that be? They're American. They'll have you thinking that the U.S. corporation is America. You ever notice when you talk to somebody who's not from here and they be like, where are you from? You'd be like, America. They'd be like, where? The States? Yeah, because this is not America, fam. The continent. You got to get this in your head. The continent is America. The Americas. When you look at the map, it's the common theme in all those places are going to be America. So you can't just call the U.S. corporation America. Once again, that's just tricks going on here. All right. So once my man peeped that, right, he's looking at he's reading the statuses. He's trying to figure out like why Barack Obama wouldn't classify as black. So then he's reading it, and then he realizes that a lot of his friends, like his African friends, Puerto Ricans and Hispanics and things like that, he realizing that they are also classified as white as on their as their status. And then he get mad. This once again, the indoctrination. He like, I'm definitely not black, but I'm never white. I'm never white. Now he realized that black's not a color. He separated that. He's like, all right, that's a status. But in his brainwashed head, he was like, white is still a crayon color, and I'm never that. Not understanding that white is a status too. Like, white is the highest status out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that has nothing to do with being a Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull that up in the Black's Law Dictionary while we surfing at it, right? But as he was going at it, they referenced the Dred Scott case. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with the Dred Scott case, but during the Dred Scott case, Dred Scott tried to claim to be an American citizen by saying he was African American based on the fact that the 13th and the 14th Amendment, right? But what that did was put him in a state of citizenship, which makes him like not from the land. Best way I can try to explain it would be like, he was saying that he got adopted when he was his mom is America. You know what I'm saying? His mom's American. He's born on the land. He's saying that he was adopted, saying he's from Africa, and then that put him into the citizenship. Now, it sounds like a good thing to be a U.S. citizen, right? Like, what is that, right? Let's see what that is in law. That's what we got to do. We don't read the law. We always just listen to what people say. But like, if we just read the law, it'll get real quick. Okay? Let's see here. Citizen, a member of a free city or rural society, possessing all the rights and privileges which can be enjoyed by any person under its constitution and government, and subject to the corresponding duties. Citizens are members of a community inspired to common goals, who in associated relations submit themselves to rules of conduct for the promotion of general welfare and conservation of individuals as well as collective rights. All right. Now, I want you to notice the word here, privileges. Okay? Privileges. Most of the stuff out here is not a privilege. Like, I don't have a privilege to drive a car. It's my God-given right. Right? Like, that's just a God-given ability. I don't need to have a privilege. I don't need to have a license. Like, why do I need to have these people license me to be able to do that? But when you're a citizen, okay, once again, when you're a citizen and you talking about having privileges and being given rights and privileges, that's what it does, right? This term appears to have been used in Roman governments to designate a person who had the freedom of the city and the rights to exercise all the political and civil privileges of the government. There were also at Rome a partial citizenship, including civil but not partial political rights. See what I'm saying? Like, it starts to get carved up. Complete citizenship embrace both, and then it gives you a case law. A member of a nation or body of politics, a sovereign state, or political societies who owes allegiance. All right. So let's go. Hold up here. Let me go right here. Okay. So you talking about you want to have a citizenship, right? That's the status of being a citizen. So if your mama is America, right? You don't need that. You're what's called a national, pertaining or relating to a nation as a whole, commonly applied to in American law to institutions, laws, and affairs of the United States or its government, as opposed to those of several states. The term national, as used in the phrase of national of the United States, is broader than the term citizen. Okay? It's broader than the term citizen. It covers way more. Once you get put into this citizenship shit, that's where it get dangerous at, because then they can hit you with color of law. You know what I'm saying? They hit you with that color of law, then they get real weird. All right? You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Nationality. All right? Nationality. That quality or character which arises from the fact of a person belonging to a nation or a state. Nationality determines the political status. Did you hear that word one time in citizen? Did you hear it one time in citizenship? Did you hear them talk about the status? No, because that puts you in a status. Let's go. Woo. Nationality determines the political status of the individual, especially with reference to allegiance, while domicile determines his civil status. Nationality arises either by birth or by naturalization. So either by birth, meaning your mama, your ancestors come from the land, or by naturalization, meaning you got adopted. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep pressing on. Let's keep pressing on. Nationality is also used as opposed to territoriality. That's a tough one to pronounce. For the purpose of distinguishing the case of a nation having no national territory. Okay? Example, the Jews. Not my words. This is Black Law Dictionary. So don't try to shut me down. I know how y'all be when this word comes out. Okay? Of having no national territory. Okay? And if you're watching the news and you see what's going on, and some people are doing some things to other people and trying to take some territory, but when it comes to nationality, these people have no national territory, and they use them as an example. Just kind of putting that out there, all right? Just putting that out there. You know what I'm saying? Just want to slide that right on in there real quick one time, all right? So, this guy, right? Meanwhile, his interview was... I thought he was on it. Like, I thought he had figured out that, like, calling himself Negro Black Color had put him in the bad status, that the president was even saying it, like, yo, I ain't black. That's a dead status. I thought he was on it, but he was not. He was trying to really get into it, because I got some notes here. That's why I keep looking down. He was referencing all types of different stuff. And then, what did he say here? As he's reading the 13th and 14th Amendment. Let me see. Let me pull up the Constitution real quick. That's another thing. Family. No one has ever sat down with you and been like, yo, let's go over the Constitution. Like, why is that? That literally, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, followed by the Supreme Court. Why is no one teaching us this in school anywhere? Like, does anyone else find that funny besides me, that, like, they're not teaching us anything? They're not teaching us the rules to life? We out here in this game called life, right? The rules to the game is law. Is literally the laws. Constitution, Supreme Courts. And we don't know them. We don't know them. Not at all. Not even close enough to even deal with anything. Like, and if you don't know anything about that, which most people don't, because they're not teaching us, grab this right here, look. Grab this right here. It's called the Common Law Handbook for Jurors, Sheriffs, and Bailiffs in Justice. Okay? Oh, I'm tripping. It's still on my face. This book right here. Common Law Handbook. All right? Typing this on the internet. Put in PDF behind it, and then download it, okay? Free download, okay? This will really help you out. Let's do a little quick skim through, you know what I'm saying? It tells you what everybody's role is, the jurors, the sheriffs, like, this is important stuff, because if you don't know that, you'll think these people have way more power than what they do, and they actually don't. And it's not a disrespect to them. It's just like, you just giving up your rights for no reason. So, like, let's, where I want to go at? Where I want to start the drop at here? Where we want to start the drop at? All men decide for themselves whether they want to participate in the institution of men or not. The United States Supreme Court confirmed this when they said every man is independent of all law, except those prescribed by nature. He is not bound by any institutions formed by his fellow men without his consent. Fam, so if you're not out here violating and you're not living foul, like, they just can't run amok on you and be like, oh, you know what? You want to put a hot tub in your back, you gotta get a permit. No, that's dead. That's dead. You know what I'm saying? Straight dead. Consent of authority. Here's a big one we got to get on, right? Consent of authority. We read the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. We should get very comfortable with that word right there, fam. Okay? Right there. Unalienable rights. We got to get more familiar with that. Okay? Because we got those. And they being leaned on. Hardcore. Okay? That among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. Wait a minute. You catch that? To secure these rights. Okay, they don't make them. Okay, they don't make them. They just secure them. That's it. So we got to hold them accountable to secure it. All right? This is right here. Turn that up a little bit. The government are instituted among men. Okay, let's go back. That to secure these rights, the governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Okay? Deriving their powers from the consent of the governed. Who's the governed? Us, fam. So that's where they get the power from. Us. Stop playing all these games. We in control, but y'all giving it up. Any authority your servants have is by our consent. Okay? Any authority our servants. You hear how they refer to these people? Servants. Once again, not disrespecting nobody. These are the words that are in here. Okay? Any authority our servants have is by our consent. If they act outside their authority, they are subject to criminal charges under U.S. Code 42 and 18 and liable for damages under the U.S. codes and common law. Now you see why they're not teaching you civics? Now do you see why you can go through damn near eight years of additional education and not know any of this? Because they don't want you to know this, fam. They want you to be out here acquiescence, not knowing anything. Okay? Let's go to something else real quick. You know what I'm saying? The common law is the real law, the supreme law of the land. The codes, the rules, regulations, policies, and statutes are not law. Look at the case. Look, fam, they got case law right there backing this up. Okay? They're not making this up. Okay? Let's read that again. Okay? Common law is the real law, the supreme law of the land. The codes, rules, regulations, policies, statutes are not the law. Okay? Legislative statutes enforced upon the people in the name of law is fraud. Fraud. It has no authority and is without mercy. Justice without mercy is godless and therefore repugnant to our United States Constitution. Lawmakers were given authorities by the people to legislate codes, rules, regulations, and statutes, which are policies, procedures, and law to control behaviors of bureaucrats, elected and appointed officials, municipalities, and agencies, but were never given authority to control the behavior of the people, as we read in the U.S. Supreme Court decision. All codes, rules, regulations are for government authorities only. Okay? Not human creatures in accordance with God's law. All codes, rules, regulations are unconstitutional and lacking due process. And there's the case law right there to back it up. Okay? So, because we don't know this stuff, we basically surrender most of our rights right away from the rip. Right away from the rip, just like, because we're just not paying no attention. We don't read. We too busy watching the Super Bowl, right? What Taylor Swift wearing? Hope Patrick Mahomes get his next ring. Oh, let's see if Embiid's going to score 70. Oh, Donovan Mitchell, somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking nobody. Whatever. Watch it. I watch it too sometimes, but not enough to be misinformed anymore. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I'm not telling you what to do. Remember, I'm just pointing to the pond. Just pointing to the pond. If you want to catch a drink, catch a drink. If you feel like you're all right, then gallop on. You know what I'm saying? But we getting sent off right now, and it's time for us to wake up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Peep what this say right here, fam. Peep what this say. No state shall convert a liberty into a license and charge a fee therefore. If a state converts a right into a privilege, the citizen can ignore the license and fee and engage in the right with impunity. Moment of silence right there. We got to give a moment of silence right there. For the people in the back. For the people in the back. No state shall convert a liberty into a license and charge a fee therefor. Okay, and there's a case, Murdoch versus Pennsylvania. If the state converts a right into a privilege, the citizen can ignore the license and fee and engage in the right with impunity. Another case law to back it up. We have to start reading the laws, the constitutions and the Supreme Court laws. Okay? First, declare your nationality. Okay? If you out here, you calling yourself black, get it figured out. You're not black. And if you out here calling yourself white, get it figured out. You're not white. You're not. Can't be. Can't be. You have a nationality too. So everybody got to get on business. It ain't just Moorish people. Everybody has a nationality, and everyone should be tapping into their nationality because it comes with protection. You know what I'm saying? It comes with protection. You definitely want to get into your nationality. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back in this book here. Oh, I know. Listen, hold up. Hold up. Meet your straw man. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Let's get back to the straw man. I forgot about this because I started that last time. Okay? They want you to be afraid, fam. Afraid of imaginary terrorists, afraid of disasters, afraid of new diseases. And just, hold up. We're on page, what are we on page here? Page 10? What book is this, Jules? So y'all can know. And this is another free download. You can just download this information, fam. Meet your straw man and whatever you want to know. Okay? I started the straw man last week. The straw man is heavy. The straw man is attached to your birth certificate, your driver's license, all that. Okay? Look at your mail. Look at your mail. You'll notice anything that comes from the government, right? Anything coming from the government that's attached to the government. Okay? That's a bill. It's going to be in all capital letters. All capital letters. Why would that be? We already talked about that last week, so I'm not going to go back over that again. But all capital letters. That's a dead corpse. Okay? You, on the other hand, perfect example. My man Big Game James on here. Shout out to my man James. James would be capital J, lowercase a, M-E-S. Capital letter of his last name, then small. When it's a straw, it's going to be all capital letters. All capital letters. So let's get back down to where I was about to bust them in their head at. And this is just, I'm telling you guys, if you just take the time to just go look at some of this information, okay? Let's go right here. Because this is another thing we got to get in our head. Everybody think the United States is a country. I'm going to say that again. Everybody thinks the United States is a country. It's not. The United States is a private corporation. Okay? Private. United States is a private for profit human trafficking organization. Just to be clear on that. I know that sounds, yes, sit down. Think about what I just said. That's a lot to go on. But United States is a private for profit. Okay, private for profit human trafficking organization. Biggest one on the earth. They're killing it right now. Okay? So, as you see right there, The non-Federal Reserve Bank is a private company set up in the year 1913, as in every court and every police force and even Congress is a company, not a person. Okay? Just in case you are not aware of it, the purpose of any commercial for profit company or corporation is to make money for its owners. Okay? The people who you think of as the government don't do anything that earns money. They instead take money from you. Their main job is to make sure that you don't realize that they are in the same position as IBM, which takes away millions of your money every year. Every year, fam. Every year on like registration, dental tax, soda tax, cigarette tax, everything, fam. Everything. It's nuts. All right. So all the pretense of being of there being a genuine government which all elect and who serves you, they don't want you to understand that they are just running a company which produces nothing of any worth. Something like a betting shop where almost every customer loses money. And wake up to the fact that unlike what you have been told all your life, you know what I'm saying? Like you've been told all your life, this is all optional. And you don't need to play their rip-off games any longer unless you want to. Remember, I'm just pointing to the pond. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just letting you know, like, yo, the water on the other side is much cleaner. It's muddy over here. It's muddy. Yes, we surviving, but like not optimally. It's muddy where we at. Let's keep pressing on. Okay? They want you to be so burdened down with paying them money and working so hard and so long that you don't have time, money, or energy to stop and think about what is happening to you or your family. Listen, that's definitely the truth. That's definitely the truth. Like, I be asking people like, yo, do you notice what the sky look like? They be like, what you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do I mean? Looking like a goddamn tic-tac-toe board in the sky. You talking about, what do I mean? You're not paying no attention. You just distracted. Just distracted. They are desperate to stop you from just walking away from their scam. So they make every effort to connect you with fiction, which is your straw man, because fictitious entities like commercial companies can't have any dealing with a real man or real woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the straw man is so important, because they have to be running this on fictitious entities or companies. They have to. You know what I'm saying? They have to. They can only deal with another fictitious fiction like your straw man. And it is essential that they fool you into believing that you have to act on behalf of your straw man, which you don't. You don't, fam. Okay? Most of it's based on fear, man. They want you to be afraid of imaginary terrorists, afraid of disasters, afraid of new diseases, afraid of foreign countries, afraid of the economy doing badly, and inflation. They just running the game. Okay? Now this is how they connect you know what I'm saying? So supposedly to connect you to the straw man, which they create for you when your birth was registered, okay? Your birth certificate, okay? I don't know exactly how to do it, but you literally can take the numbers on the back of your birth certificate and look it up on the stock exchange and see that they got you running. Since you've been born, you've been on the stock, okay? They use legalese techniques. Legalese is just like fancy language. So like they probably gonna explain. Let me just chill out. I'm pre-hyped because this annoys me. Like I always knew they was running the game, but like to finally start to see and understand how they actually run in the game is pretty cool. So it gets me excited because like I never really liked history. I definitely didn't like law. But that's because they was always feeding me like the bull crap end of it, you know what I'm saying? Once I found out that like all this stuff was tying into my freedom and like getting me to a position where I could like move like the way I really want to move. Like I just be tired of always asking these people for permission to do some things that like don't even have nothing to do with them. Like I'm already paying for my crib. Why I gotta ask and get a permit if I want to have 2 shower heads in my bathroom? So like I just be sick of that. So this is why I be on this and I'm getting fired up. All right. All right. They use legalese techniques of conning you with the name of the straw man. If you are ill-advised enough to go to court, which is a corporate place of business, as the accused, you will be asked to confirm your name, quoting the full name shown on your birth certificate, which is the legal personality. Titles such as Mr., Dr., Reverend, Governor, Secretary, or whatever are not asked for. Any of they are not required. The accused is actually the legal personality, which is the name on the birth certificate. So when they ask for the person's name, they are taking the legal personality of the straw man and not the human. Are you understanding that? Does that make sense? So like when they say like, hey, who's here today? Does Julius King appear here in court? And you like, yeah, that's me. You think you like, yeah, me. It's me. You really saying, yeah, I'm the straw man. That's on my birth certificate. Yeah, that's me. This shit wild. This is because a human cannot exist in the legal world. Only pieces of paper. That's crucial right there. Only pieces of paper. Because that's the only place the United States corporation exists at, is on paper. Because in reality, the land is the Americas. Okay? The continent, North America, is where we're at right now. We're not in the USA. That's some made up stuff. Okay? Okay? So only pieces of paper can. Okay? And that is something which they are very careful not to tell you. Okay? This is a really key issue. Natural law and common law are the only laws which can apply to human, and they deal only with harming other people or causing them loss. Okay? Listen to that again. Deal only with harming other people or causing them loss. So when you driving and they pull you over because you're Moorish, but they make up some like, yeah, we was following you because your tail light was out. We're gonna give you a ticket. That's fraud. Okay? Because the first thing is, right, when they pull up on you, your first thing you need to say what you need to say when they start this license, registration, blah, 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 blah. Is there an inter-party here? Has there been a crime? Is there an inter-party? Has there been a crime? When they respond no, your next response is, am I free to go? If their response is no, why are you detaining me? What is the charge? What is the crime? That's it. All this exchanging. Here's my license. Oh, where were you going? I'm just headed from my niece's. She was having her surprise baby shower, and I didn't know that my light was out, officer. And fam, that shit is over with. Dead, done, over with. And once again, we're not disrespecting these people. They are disrespecting you. They can't just pull you over like this for no reason, fam. You didn't commit a crime. Nobody's hurt. And then they'll tell you some shit like, excuse my language, let me calm down, because I know somebody might want to show this to a young one who's trying to educate themselves. They'll tell you something like, the most dangerous thing for us is a pullover or a stop. Then why are you randomly pulling people over for a tail light? Risking your life? So that don't make sense at all right? So understand that, fam. Understand that. Where are we at here? Only deal with humans and people causing them harm, people are causing them loss, and outside of those restrictions, a human, I'll take that from the back. Natural law and common law are the only law which applies to a human, okay? And they deal only with harming other people or causing them loss. I can't say that enough. And outside of those restrictions, a human has a free and unlimited entitlement to do anything he chooses to do which complies with these principles. Fam. It's just so common, but it's just so far-fetched. Because, like, somebody's going to hear this and be like, what you mean I can do whatever I want to do? I got to follow the rules, and they said that I can't put this type of tint on my window. You know what I'm saying? I can't anymore with that. We just not. As opposed to this, acts of Congress, statutes, and statutory instruments, contracts do not apply to the human, but only to pieces of paper, which is the legal personality, which has no reality. As the legal fiction, the legal personality was created by the company called the United States Corporation. That company gets to say what the rights and duties for that pieces of paper are. So now do you see how you keep getting in trouble with these laws? It's because you've put yourself in this status by being a Negro, black, colored, or a citizen, or just living underneath the straw man. That's what I say. It has nothing to do with race, people. It has nothing to do with your skin complexion. It has nothing to do with your skin tone. It has everything to do about your status. What are you set up as out here? Who's protecting you? When you have a nationality, you are protected by the Constitution, supreme law, treaties. Okay? Like, all my Morris people, like, let's listen. Here's a document you should definitely have on tap here. You know what I'm saying? Where are we at here? Okay, United Nations Declarations on the Rights of Indigenous People. Fam, these things, they didn't just make this up for no reason. Okay, these are national things. Look at that. Okay, these are national documents. National documents. Okay, check these out, fam. These things protect you. These things got is set up so you are not abused out here. But if you think you Negro, black, colored, you're not going to go to this document. Okay, Article 1. Indigenous people had a right to a full enjoyment as a collective or as individuals of human rights and fundamental freedoms as recognized in the in the Charter of the United Nations. Okay, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and International Human Rights. Fam, you don't have none of that when you Negro, black, colored. You don't have none of that. You just out here just ripping it, running it. No seatbelt, no brakes, just the emergency brake. You bound to crash hard. Hardcore, okay? Indigenous peoples and individuals are free and equal to all other peoples and individuals and have the right to be free from any kind of discrimination in the exercise of their rights, in particular that's based on their indigenous origin or identity. Indigenous people have the right to self-determination. By virtue that right, they freely determine their political status, freely determine their political status, so they can't tell you Negro, black, colored. They can't tell you that, fam. You don't have to check a box that puts you in that status. You do not have to do that, fam. Because why? By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. Okay, Article 4. Indigenous people, in exercising their right to self-determination, had a right to autonomy or self-government. You see why we got to start reading these things, man? Do you see why we got to start reading these things? Okay. Skip a few episodes of Power. Okay. Skip a few episodes of The Good Doctor. Okay. Skip a few episodes of Pressure Luck. Like, whatever you watch, whatever's entertaining your mind, skip a few episodes of it. You know what I'm saying? Start reading the laws. If you don't know the laws, fam, no disrespect to this, no disrespect to the lawyers, but fam, if you don't know the law, you're gonna have to deal with a lawyer. Who does the lawyer work for? They've already told you what the corporation is about. The corporation is about making money for the corporation. If somebody works for the corporation, who do you think they're really working for? You think they're working for you, or do you think they're working for the corporation? Now, you might get some who are here looking to break the system, who looking to go at it and run it. But most of them, they're going to be working for the corporation, fam. You got to know this stuff. They're going to be working for the corporation, not you. Not you, fam. At all. All right. So they have the right to autonomy and self-government in the matters relating to their international and local affairs, as well as ways and means for financing their autonomous functions. You know what I'm saying? They can't tell you how to get no bread. Indigenous people had the rights to maintain and strengthen their distinct political, legal, economic, social, and cultural institutions. Okay, they can't tell you where to go to school at. They can't be like, what's that word? Truancy. You know what I'm saying? No. While retaining their rights to participate fully, if they so choose, in the political, economic, social, and cultural life of the state. Okay, so if we want to be a part of this run amok, we can. Or we just want to chill, we can just chill. Now this one right here, fam, this one right here. Article 6, every indigenous individual, okay, has the right to a nationality. If that wasn't important, why would they put that in there by itself? Why would they put that in there by itself like that? Like, that was just right to the list, right to the point. Look at it. Just right out. Every indigenous individual has a right to a nationality. Boom. Like, they're not even, let's just be clear on this. There ain't no other words around it. We're not going to surround it with no mumbo jumbo. Yo, fam, get your nationality straight. You have a right for it. You know what I'm saying? So listen. I think I'm gonna skip out. You know what I'm saying? But get this document right here. It's another one too. Hold up. What's this other one here? Okay. The United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Please get this in your life. Please get this in your life. Okay? You want this in your life. Okay? All human beings are born free and equal. Let me make this bigger real quick. Okay? All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in spirit of brotherhood. Everyone is entitled to all rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinions, national or social origin, property, birth, or other statuses. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of political, jurisdictional, or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitations of sovereignty. Everyone, you looking at this, everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms, okay? Meanwhile, when you out here in the corporation being used as a straw man, you're a slave. Last night I was super geeked. Yeah. This beat nuts right here. Last night I was super geeked. Yeah. She is super freak. Let's get back on business though. No one should be shall be subjected to torture or cruel, inhumane, degrading treatment or punishment. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Okay? Listen. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribune for acts violating the federal rights granted him by the Constitution or by law. Fam, you got to start reading these documents because you're going to find out. Oh, once again, look at that again. It got to be important. Here it is again, Article 15. Everyone has the right to a nationality. Fam. Why all these national documents keep talking about nationality? No one's like, yeah, everyone has a right to be Negro, Black, Colored, Hispanic, Dominican, Indian, Pan-African, Hebrew Israelite. Listen, they're not saying none of that, fam. They saying you got a right to a nationality. So I hope y'all got something from this. Remember, I'm just pointing to the pond. I'm not telling you what to do. But I don't know how far the next pond is away from here. But if you want to drink from the pond and love, true peace, freedom, and justice, pull up. Pull up. Pull up. The water here, pure. 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 And we constantly moving. This ain't the final stop. This ain't the best pond. I'm not saying this is the best pond on earth. But just know, I'm seeking clean water. If you drinking from this pond, just know I done hunted it, and this is the cleanest that I done found around. You know what I'm saying? And if you know some ponds, point them out. Let's drink together, you know what I'm saying? And if you like muddy water, stay on. I mean, I ain't got no love lost for you, you know what I'm saying? It's always going to be love, true peace, freedom, and justice, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm operating on. I'm just here to just point to the pond. So, I appreciate y'all. Hopefully you had some fun today learning. If it's anything you want to learn about, drop a comment. Let me know. I would love to deep dive on something of your interest. You know what I'm saying? But until then, stay amazing on purpose. Treat yourself like the most amazing thing out there. Make somebody's day pleasant whenever you see them. Tomorrow, today, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Just show some love and be genuine about it. All right? Love y'all. James, Emily, I super appreciate y'all for tapping in and just listening. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Y'all, me and Hey, James, I went to the Light Brigade show at CB South the other day. Yo, they made me want to come back, James. It was lit. It was lit. Janelle did a 720 and cracked it. So, that's a side note. You know what I'm saying? D-Eng, when you get around, you already know. On the court, curl, tween, your tween to a lay whenever I see you. Love y'all. Stay amazing. Peace.